Hello, YouTube. Brucie-Magik again, back for another video. Something a bit more casual this time, just going to go for a drive on Weardale and Teesdale, drive a career scenario. I don't do much of the career scenarios. This is mainly due to the fact I don't like the scoring system, in all honesty. I've never really been a real fan of it. But hey, I thought, I'm bored, let's give it a shot. Also, current plans, as of this moment. I've got a few videos that are going to be in the works, but we're relying on the release of the J21 and a few other products as well as when that happens. On top of that, I am going to be making a scenario pack eventually for the newly released Caledonia Works 8K. That's very useful train simulator. Thanks for telling me it uses gears. I'm not going to use that word. I'm not an idiot. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. Guys, start as a crook. You'll need to let passengers on before setting off here. T. Shift E. Just dump the back for the minute. Was that supposed to be fourth gear or third gear? Yeah, I've got the proper thing on it. That is really confusing. Now, if I remember correctly, it's back to front on this. No, fourth gear is always next to neutral, so it's, yeah. They've got to drive me on bloody unit. Right, F3, and release the brakes. This is a bit tricky to do this because you have to keep an eye on the rev limiter down here. Actually, I'll take some of you guys through this. Oh, apparently I'm in gear 4. No, I'm not. I'm in gear 1. Yeah, it's back to front again. As per usual. You have to keep an eye on that. Be sympathetic to the gears. Okay, and drop it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count 6 seconds are there between gear changes. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Right, let's try that again without losing points. See, this is why I hate career scenarios. Oh, dear. Right, okay. Yeah, cool. Cool. That's fine. Dump the back. Shit, do that. T. Thank you. Headlights. Why is that got tail lights on? There we go. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, this route really does look nice. It's good when you, I mean, my rig ain't like the best on the planet, but I mean, I could turn the settings up a bit more actually. I don't know why the settings are so low on it. It still looks good. So anyway, as I was saying, thought I'd have a standard natter, and just let you know, it's Sunday. I've been bored. Obviously today I've been watching Angry Welshman Productions, been watching Reese today, and he's been pretty proactive today. He's had several spontaneous live streams. I want to drop that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and this time we'll try and make sure we don't go over 20 miles an hour because I'm an idiot. There we go. That works. I like to try and get 1,000 on all these if I can. Okie dokie. And we can fly. There we go. I was waiting for it to do that. Gradients are always a bit of a funny thing on this. Is it going to do it? Yeah, there you go. Sometimes you can't climb hills in anything but second gear on first gen units. It can be a bit weird like that. They were in real life, I think, recommended to be driven up in second gear, which means 20 mile an hour. Luckily, even though it says gear 2 on the hood, it's actually gear 3. But gear 3 takes it up happily to about 41 miles an hour, which is fine because we're coming up to a 15. On the way to Cockfield at the minute. Cockfield fell, so we've got a 15 coming up. User grade. Brakes on first gen units can be a bit naff. Perhaps a little bit too soon, but slightly overcompensated for that. Yeah, I got green anyway, it's fine. Gets a bit dodgy doing third gear, but I shouldn't really be teasing it like that. I should really just let it roll and do it that way. Okay, we're in the 15 limit. I'm sure there was a whistle there. It doesn't matter, we'll just generally ignore that, because fine. See, this is one bit of the route that you can see on the screen and I'm pointing at the minute, but the line to the left now, I find it weird, this section. I don't know how until what point in real life this was, but I find it very interesting because it's weird how we got a single track and then no double on the side of it, but what we just saw as the junction went past was essentially what could lead to a double track section. So why it was single down there, I don't know, unless there was some kind of weight limit or something. Actually, this is going fairly well for up 1 in 75. I'm just going to hold it in that gear, nearly at the top anyway. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit soon, but it'll do. Come on, rev up. Yeah, that's it. Huh? So something. Oh, something inside there. I wonder what the hell it was. Always surprising. Leave it at half throttle. What I'm going to do is just lay off the throttle, because after the next telegraph pole it drops to a downgrade. Which is fine. until you leave the throttle on and forget, and then you go careering down the hill and ruin all your points. By which point you've completely, negated the point during the career scenario. Handy tip: if you're driving from the hood, you can kind of cheat these, because it'll only start deducting points when you hit 46.0. Just gonna hold the brake there. Yeah, that'll do. Excellent. Something is floating around in my... don't know what the hell that thing was. There we go. But yeah, to carry on what I've been saying. Yeah, I've recently taken a substantive break from creating videos, as you guys know. It's only recently that I've started picking up again. And the main reason for that was work has kind of overtaken my life. My life is my job. And some of you know where I work, in what industry, and how much it means to me in my life. But the problem is it gets to the point where it ends up overtaking, and it makes it very difficult to step away when you get encapsulated. That was close. Where you get encapsulated into just getting into the eat, sleep, work cycle, whatever it is. And it's not healthy. But if you like your job, that's always a benefit, definitely. Don't like the look of that grade. That's going on. I've forgotten about this part of the route. It goes hilly, doesn't it? Right, we'll just stick. Hello, throttle. Do you work? That's a bit better. Thank you. Just on 25% now, which isn't going to do a lot. So it's either 50 or nothing. That's fantastic. There's no problem with this. You're forever watching your bloody speedo and not paying attention to the route. But yeah, so I had a substantive break. I haven't made a video in over 2 years, I think, before I made a video about the 8K model. And it was nice to get back into the swing of things. We did hit a bit of a patch 2 coming on 3 years ago, where my main desktop PC basically died and it had to be rebuilt, so it was rejigged using a mixture of new parts and second hand. Luckily a friend who I know from work gave me some very useful bits and pieces, including a nice motherboard and an i5 processor to go with it, which was really cool actually. I wasn't going to complain about that. All for a pack of a few beers. So I got essentially at the time what was £100, well over £100 actually worth of gear, and only paid essentially a tenner for it. So I was extremely grateful. I was extremely grateful. But yeah, I'm looking to get back into the swing of making videos at the minute. The 8K is kind of my passion a bit more to do it. But I've also seen how popular my old friend Reese Davis has been recently. He's now got like 7.7k subscribers, and it's like, wow. I remember the days where he had a lot less than that. Of course, obviously, as some of you may know, if you're fans of his, you know, obviously I starred in Over the Hills. Was it Over the Hills? Yeah, Over the Hill. Over the Hills? I don't know, whatever it was. The one set in Wales. I starred in that and did a bit of voice acting for him. So I call it part of the legacy that he set. But at the same time, I've come out of that now because I haven't got the time. I just don't have the time anymore, really, to set some time aside to record lines, really. But hey, it's balancing out. I'm also going back into scenario making. I did dabble a bit in this. I think some of my scenarios came out with the DTN2, the GNR livery 1, I believe, which was for this route, but the opposite end of it, which was quite nice. So it was nice to get my hand on that, and then obviously you know that I did the 2 scenarios for the 8K on the Riviera line in the 50s. The reason I did them was I just wanted to be part of the development a bit more. Yeah, I commissioned a model, but I didn't really have an active part in modelling or anything else. I didn't do an awful lot of testing. I was mainly, oh, I get to drive it, and I was driving it, and then I basically forgot to give any feedback. So, which is the complete opposite of what a beta tester should be doing. So lesson learned. But anyway, right, let's get into the platform. Cockfield felt 10 miles an hour. Whack the brake in. Actually, we're not done too bad there. We're only 20 seconds over time. Actually, no, we're not. Christ, we're early. Wow, okay. I'm sorry that I vape on screen. I do apologise. I'm normally a one-shot video sort of person, so I don't really have any editing software. Can't be bothered to purchase any or try and get any that's free open source, because I can never find a decent open source video editor. If you do know one, please leave a comment. So I just normally record all in one go, and what will be will be. There we go. I'll just get back up to speed again. Oops. I did a boo-boo. Oops. Yeah, back. Get 3, get 2. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Never do a rapid gear change like that, it'll break it, damn you. I don't know what happened there. My brain did not digest anything that he was thinking, which is about normal. There we go. Right, I'll get that in the hold position. Now we get a 1 in 132 along this part of the route, and then as you can see there's a bit of a ski jump, as I like to call it. And the problem is with that ski jump is it then goes into 1 in, I think it's 1 in 27 or something. It rings a bell. I know it's bloody steep. Let's just wang a bit of back into it. Ah, there you go. There's that gauge next to me, AWS. Damn you passing. I really wish that someone would do a proper backdated version of this route, like Payware, like DCG. They should have set this more in, instead of the BR diesel era, like green period, they should have set it more in, like the 1950s. And the problem I have with this route is if you're driving steam engines on it, it's a pain, because there's a lack of water towers. I don't know how many there were along the route in actuality. Oh god. Oh god. There we go. Hold. Leak a bit more on. That's fine, we can cruise at that speed. If I'm late at the next station, I'm late at the next station. It doesn't really matter. So a lot of these scenarios with the DMUs is controlling your brakes. 1 in 54, that's it. 1 in 30 something then it must have been. I didn't look at the grade. It's weird because I used to play this route an awful lot about a year and a half ago. Almost like religiously. Still got vac left, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more of that vac. I should be hitting. Perfect. Yeah, that'll do. Stick it in neutral, don't we? Yeah. There, vac. One sucks, one blows. I always forget about that. But if the pipes in the vac do blow, then that obviously sucks. That was a very bad joke. Oh, I like that. You can hear the gear noises. By the way, this is using the Armstrong Powerhouse first generation DMU pack, which is the best, which I find weird. Because I was watching a live stream of, obviously, Reese Davies, Angry Welshman, doing a stream on TSW where he drove a 101 in that game. The sound set sounds extremely similar to the AP one, so I'm wondering if Armstrong Powerhouse haven't supplied sounds to TSW. So it was such a nice shot seeing that in the distance. And then that guy walks in my way. Okay. Boom. And we go a bit further down the hill. Obviously West Auckland is the next station. We come to a junction where another line shoots off. I think it goes to a quarry, a bit of a weird network. Yeah, I did that far too quick, never mind, who cares. Thing is, the career scenarios are very weird in Train Simulator, and they don't make much sense. Because essentially what you can do is completely ragged DMU and drive it the opposite of how it's supposed to be driven, and you don't get marked down for it. It's literally ridiculous. That's another reason why it's a bit naff. That's 21, it's fine. Let's just bring that back. Whoops. I'm not even checking the signals, that's bad. That's why I like AWS. Got a green light? Yeah, we've got a green. Aspect. Just give it a little bit of a poke. There we go. just leave it in fourth, it'll be fine. What surprises me in this scenario is the lack of AI traffic. I mean, I know it wasn't always the busiest of lines, but even so. Just glide the rest of the way, there's really no point in accelerating. Well, not with the engine anyway. Just hold that. Also, just want to point out some very good news recently as well that we've had in Leicestershire on the railway preservation scene. The last surviving Brush company built steam locomotive, 040 little industrial saddle tank, has been basically agreed to be rehomed, for lack of a better way of putting it. I think leased is the word or whatever, from Leicestershire County Council Museum Service, and have it on show at the Mount Sorrel Railway, which is obviously part of the GC, the Great Central Railway between Leicester North and Loughborough, which is very good news. It was severely concerning about the status of that particular loco, mainly because it used to be in the Snibston Discovery Park Museum, which, for those of you who are not familiar with Leicester or Leicestershire, closed about 4 or 5 years ago now. And there was a number of engines in there that were either on display or part of the little railway line. Of course, the problem was with that was now languishing in a shed, not doing an awful lot. You've got engines like the Brush 040, that's obviously been picked up and has been sorted now, which is a very good thing. I'm glad that has been picked up. But there's two engines that are even nearer to Leicester, actually, about where they worked. And one is an 040 saddle tank again. I think it's, is it a Manning Wardle? It's basically the same type as Invincible, which is the 040 from the Isle of Wight. And there's another fireless loco as well. Both on one worked at the Leicester Power Station, which is where the King Power Football Stadium now sits. And the other one was from the Leicester Gasworks, which is now obviously just a British gas plant, by offices and stuff like that. Which, funnily enough, is only a few streets away from where I live, which is pretty damn awesome, not gonna lie. Not the fact it's gas, but the history behind it. And yeah, but at the moment they're both in store, those locos, and it's a shame. One of them's a fireless anyway, so that would never operate technically again anyway, because obviously oops, I've done it again. Obviously the infrastructure for having a fireless loco run on preserved line is quite a tall feat to achieve. I think the Bodmin and Wentford did it. I know there was a line that did do it for a short time, for a gala with a fireless loco, and I don't know how it worked out, but I remember them advertising it some time ago. But yeah, the other one's Mars 2, and Mars 2's a little interesting devil, because it survived in working all until about the 1970s. Obviously Leicester Power Plant became part of CEGB, or the Central England Electricity, Central Electricity Generation Board, so I can't remember what it is. But obviously there were the people around Castle Donington as well, where the tank engines were in use until about the 80s or 90s, I think, actually. I have seen video footage of Castle Donington number 4 still working at Castle Donington, pushing MGRs around. I think it was late 80s. So they did used to keep steam going for a fair while. Have got a signal, yes. One was about to cack their knackers. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Obviously, as you can tell, because I've not driven a DMU for a while, I'm absolutely crap at it. There we go. See, this is what I don't understand. We're in the BR Blue period, and then you got flipping private owners wagons. Right, let's just open it up. Let's just open it and leave it. And it goes down to 30 anyway, so I'll shut the brakes in a bit nearer. In fact, I don't even know if this is a power twin or not, actually. Is it a power twin? Power twin? No, it's not actually. It's a trailer and a motor. Okay. No, don't shift too bad actually, considering. Then again, 105s weren't exactly heavyweight units to a degree. They're not Derby lightweights for definite, but. There we go, coming up to Bishop Auckland. We haven't got that many more to do, I think. I think the scenario time's supposed to be about 45 minutes, so you haven't got much longer to put up with me full light, you know. Right, let's just add a bit more vacuum. A bit more. That'll. Ooh. Yeah, just want to tweak that a little bit. Yeah. I'll just coast. Just keep an eye on the signals. Because I do know you go around a corner into something quite blind, so let's just put the anchors in. Because I don't want to go glaring around a corner at 30 mile an hour and then see a red signal and have to dump the vac. Should be just around this bend. Yeah, signal's off, that's cool. I try and be very safety conscious, me have to be because of my job. Just give it a bit of a little bit of a tickle on the old throttle. Platform 1, which one's platform 1? Oh, it's that one in the shed, okay, that's fine. I can't even remember which platform's which. I always use the other two on the opposite side. Because I'm always usually doing Durham Starlington. Or Durham Auckland. Durham Barnard. Right, the signal's there. Dump the vac. And open the doors. How do we do? Oh, we made it early. Jesus, that was lucky. Okay, so how many more stations we've got to do? So we're at that one. So 1, 2, 3, only 3 more. So we're going up the Crook branch. It's not far. I'm going to have to move my leg because my leg's gone dead. Always get a desk if you can, folks. Don't be like me where you can't be bothered. There we go. So we're in gear 4, which is gear 1. Confusingly. There we go. bit of a poke there. Put it in second gear anyway. It's always best to put a DMU in the next gear available where possible. Say you're doing 15 mile an hour, 15 limit, you're at the top of gear 1. In real life they always tell you to put it into the next gear, obviously because it's putting less strain on the gearbox. Ah yes, Etherly, I know this platform. Be on the left hand side. There we go, change gear again. And it'll pick up speed. This should take us up to 40 mile an hour and then we should be good. Put it in cruising gear. I will try and do some scenarios or some drives where I have steam traction with me, guys, because obviously some of you might find that a bit more interesting than diesels, but again, there's still a fair number of you like me who like diesels, so. Okay, there we go, 75% throttle. Might just knock that back to 50. Yeah, there we go, that's a bit better. Shoot, 75. Ooh. Ooh. Damn, it's 4 points gone. I think this must be based off a proper timetable because it's all like 30 seconds and it's all right time departures and stuff. Must be. I'll have to double check it, cross-reference it with a timetable if I can find one for the area. I'm sure I've got one. Now you see, the thing is, what this game doesn't take into account is how late you can actually do the braking on this. So we'll get to 0.30, I'll dump brakes in a bit more. 0.35 I think. There we go, that'll do us. A bit more. In fact, actually that's saying that quite well. A bit more, come on. Back in. I know it was a little bit sooner. There we go. Press T. So yeah, that's basically in summary a little bit where I am or what I've been doing. If you guys are also interested, I would like, obviously if you've stayed with me this far, I would like you to let me know as much as possible in the comments what kind of videos you'd like to see, because I want to... Bloody women. Sorry about that, mother walked in. So anyway, that's where I am with a lot of stuff. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do some scenario building videos or anything of that sort of ilk. Because some of you may find that useful actually. Okay, so back into first gear. There we go, off we go. So yeah, we're coming up for Beachburn. This is the second to last station on the route. This will take you up the Crook branch though, this will. Apart from these scenarios, not many people seem to use the Crook branch. It's actually not that bad. In fact, me and my mates, we cloned the route and we upped a few speed limits, not by much, and edited a few things and kind of did it was for private use only, and we pissed about with it for a while. But you know, it makes you appreciate the base route a lot more. It's amazing what's on it. The lack of AI traffic is really amazing. Another 105. Shock surprise. Oh, it was a 4-car this time. Just get a bit more poke, come on. God, this is going to get me in mega early. That is absolutely insane. What a weird bit of timetabling that is. That's a very strange bit of timetabling. Just set that down a bit. There we go. I'm like 2 minutes early, like what? Unless I've missed something. Like a speed limit, which is entirely possible. Which wouldn't surprise me. There we go. Just roll a bit further in. And I'll dump it under this bridge. There we go. Wrong camera. So yeah. It's a bit of a weird old game this is. Doing recordings and stuff, it's always been a bit like finicky. I'm just gonna do that, I think. Yeah, let's get the whole station in. Let's just navigate that way a bit. Yeah, that signal gets in the way. Damn. What I'll do is just hide F3. There we go. That was a screenshot of me collection. And the next station is the last stop from Crook. Which is, yeah, just there. Go for a fair old bit of yard up here. Where does that go? Concert, oh god, the concert iron ore trains, jeez, yeah, the concert trains used to come through here. Those things used to be massive. Like the trucks they used for a long time on the workings, I think they ended up having to use 9Fs on the workings because they were the only things that were strong enough to pull the damn trains. And they had to be air fitted, I think. I think the concert wagons were air fitted, so the 9Fs had to have Westinghouses, I believe. Obviously in diesel day, the operation was a bit different. Oh, right. Bloody brain fart, I don't know why I hit the one. There we go. It's 1 in 44, so might end up stuck in second on this grade. We'll wait and see what happens. Then again, come on, can you do it? It's doing it. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, it'll be third gear then all the way up. Unless it miraculously hits 40 mile an hour anytime soon. I've got to set out for a 15 again anyway. Yeah, there we go. 15 to 30, then 15. That really makes no sense. Just a 15 all the way through it. So we're in third gear in a minute. F3. Yeah. Just stick it in fourth ready, because we can just ease on the power a little bit there. What we'll do is we'll just let this roll off on the speed naturally. Okay, we're down to about 30. Let's just whack some. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Piss. Oh, you're going to bring me to a stand? Div. Oh. That's because I was pushing the wrong button like an idiot. Oh dear, I'm not on a good day today. Right, there we go. We'll make it in time. There we go, we'll take a shortcut on the gear. Cool. Celebrate. I would sing that, but obviously I'll get a copyright strike on YouTube because YouTube are a bunch of dicks. Because apparently, oh, you can't do that as copyright, and it's like, I'm not even monetized anymore. You took the monetization off me, so why does it matter? I'm not making money out of it. Right, dump the brake in. Neutral gear. And boom. So we've got 871 points. I should expect another 125, so that's 971. 991. 996. Yeah, that's 4 points down. That's fine. Right then, we'll have a summary list as well. We'll see how we did. But at the moment, this is the and of the scenario, I believe. Congratulations, Joel, you successfully completed this. Let's see how you did. But hey! So go on. I got gold. Cool. Well, I was quick on the break there, weren't I? Nice one. Oh, level 20, that brings us to 21. Nice one. Okie dokie. Well, it's not been the most exciting video, but I hope some of you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, comment. Please interact. I'm always open to that. I love a bit of interaction on my videos. It's always good to talk to my fans and people who are like-minded. Catch you again soon.